What's going on, guys? Jayden with you. Today I have a guitar review video for you, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Epiphone Les Paul. So in the last video I went over a guitar amp that I had and I used my Les Paul to play in it, and I thought, you know what, you guys should know a little bit more about the guitar. So without any further ado, let's get into the review. So where do we start when it comes to reviewing Les Paul? We'll start at the body. So up here we have a cutaway design. The advantage of that is that you can hit these frets without really having to worry about bending your hand over it or just any real other issue that you could have. You can easily get to them. Then we have a three-way selector switch that has three settings, which is rhythm, middle, and treble. That was covered a little bit more in depth in my last video, so if you're not too sure, you can go and watch that. Then we have a raised pickguard. I guess that looks cool. A pickguard, obviously, it doesn't really matter if it's raised or it's flat. It sounds cool either way, or looks cool. And then above that, we have two humbucker pickups. I prefer humbuckers if that's not really what you're into and you want split coils, either sound or for look. They do have options. However, this one that I got, I prefer they have humbuckers. Going up a little bit more, we have the knobs. So we have two up here, and those are for the pickups. One is for the neck pickup, one is for the bridge, and that affects their volume. Then down below that, we have the tone knobs. The tone knobs will have like a little bit more crunch, make it a little bit more smooth. It just affects the tone, and it's not necessarily one for each pickup. It's just kind of a whole overall thing. Then for the bridge, we have a just normal bridge. It's kind of the same on all. And then we have a tail piece, and that is a stop bar. If you're looking for a string through, that's going to be more on a Stratocaster rather than on Les Paul. On the back, we have two cavities. This one is for the knobs, and the one up here is for the selector switch. And then if we come over here, they're all wired to right here where you plug in your guitar. It's a standard guitar plug. Nothing special. Then we obviously have strap attachment points. So if you want to attach your strap and play stand up and dance around on stage. Alright, so now moving on to the neck. So the neck on Les Paul has a she shape. That's on the back of how rounded over it is. And then, as you can see, it has block inlays. Block inlays kind of have like a trapezoid kind of shape, and these ones are perloid. On the side, it has the dots that you know which fret you're playing on, like if it's on the double or on the single. You can tell from the two in between. And this, normal length of neck, nothing really too long or short. Coming up to the nut, which is on the top, and it is rosewood. I like the rosewood look. Some people like the maple, some people like the ebony, depending on whichever wood you get. I personally like the rosewood. It's a little bit lighter. And like I said, it's the normal neck length up to the nut, and I really like it. Very easy to play because it's not too flat, but it's also not really round. Makes it easy for bar chords and for if you're picking. These necks are really nice, and it is a set neck, which means that it is put into the guitar and glued rather than having a little plate here, that's a bolt neck. That just makes it a little bit easier, like if you're customizing the guitar, you can take the neck on and off. Stratocasters have those. Les Paul specials have those. This is the standard, so it is set neck, which technically set neck is better. It's just that bolt neck is a little bit more easier to customize. So if you're going to get something like, I guess in this tier of Les Pauls that kind of have the arch top, kind of like that kind of body, you're going to get set neck. If you're looking for bolt neck, that's going to be more in the specials. But I really like this neck, very easy to play, and that's probably the main reason why I'm a fan of the Les Pauls. Alright, so now we move on to the head. So if we start up on the top of the head, we have like a little dip here where it goes up and then a little slant, and that's the norm for the Epiphone heads. If you have a Gibson, it's going to kind of come up a little more and then go into where it curves inward for the headstock. So it says Epiphone on top, indicating that is Epiphone, Les Paul in the middle of the tuning pegs, and then truss rod cover. This is Les Paul Standard Pro. If we come onto the back, so it says handcrafted in China. Doubt that's handcrafted. A little sticker of approval, and then we have the serial number engraved rather than like a sticker right on. You can even tell it's engraved if you run your finger across it. Then we have the tuning pegs. So the tuning pegs, these are non-locking. I prefer non-locking because it gets a little bit easier to like the sound you want. Locking, they'll stay in tune a little bit better. These also have the closed backs, which means you don't see the little gears inside, which like a Stratocaster would have, or Fenders really. Acoustics sometimes have open backs. I prefer the closed back just for looks really. There's not really any utility or advantage there. And so the shape of the headstocks are kind of the norm for Epiphone or Gibson. Like on an SG, Les Paul, they are going to be the same, rather than on like a Fender or a Squier where they have a different one for like the Telecaster or the Stratocaster. So that's a little bit, I guess, of a disappointment, kinda, is all the heads are the same, can't really choose which one, but I do also like the 3 on each side. You might like all on top. I just think it looks cool. It's kind of like a standard guitar head that people usually associate with guitars. It's also used on a lot of acoustics, this kind of like the 3 on each side. But that's just, it's a normal headstock for all Epiphone guitars, so pretty much no matter which one you get, you're going to get about the same headstock. So that really covers it for this particular guitar. This is like my main guitar, the one that I use the most. I'm a huge fan of Les Pauls, so if you ask me what guitar you should get, I'm going to tell you Les Paul. Again, I really like the color on this, and it even sounds like amazing when it's not plugged in. So it's kind of easy if you just kind of want to play and not really disturb anyone. This is, again, a good guitar to get. Looks cool, and these are like used people by like Slash. He's a huge Les Paul user. Definitely also Gary Moore, he uses them a lot too. So it is a well-known guitar, and I really prefer it. You might not, but if you are looking for like a good starter guitar and not really sure what to buy, I would definitely recommend this one. So just go to the local guitar store, Sam Ash or Guitar Center, just pick it up, give it a little play, and you can then decide from there. Again, I'm a huge fan of these, so I am going to be a little bit biased and say that these are like the best guitar out there. They are, in my opinion. I really like how they look, really like how they sound, and it just feels good in my hands. And I'm a huge fan of Les Paul. So that kind of does it for this guitar video. Again, that was my Epiphone Les Paul. I do have some other guitars with me. Like I said, I'm at college, so I don't have all of them with me, but I do have an acoustic and a bass that I will definitely be reviewing in the future. And then I also have some other instruments with me that I'm going to review. So that's it for this video. Be on the lookout for the other ones, because I do have some other guitars I'm going to review for you once I get home for Christmas. So more so around Christmas time and into the new year, it's going to be where more guitar reviews come up. But for the college, I have 3 with me and 1 other instrument. So there will be some more like kind of playing videos and just kind of like showing you what the guitars can do. And then once I go home for Christmas, I'll have all my guitars. So thanks for watching. Until next time, Jayden.